Good afternoon to all our listeners and viewers of the NDC Heartbeat podcast. We're happy to have all of you on this afternoon, those who are on radio via WeFM, Vibes FM, Spice Capital Radio, Talk Grenada, and indeed those who are on the NDC Facebook platform. We welcome you to the Heartbeat, and we shall have an interesting program for you today. But before we go into our studio guests, we'll just share with you this ad, and we'll be back with you very shortly. Just give us a few seconds. Back with you in a moment. Okay, well, back with you on the Heartbeat, and in studio with me today is Mr. Ricardo Keynes Douglas, a very well-known figure in Grenada, a man who has accomplished many, a playwright. He has done several books for children. He is a director, and he will tell you what else he is. Welcome to Heartbeat, Ricardo.
It's a pleasure to be here, Ambassador.
Well. Pleasure is all mine.
Yeah. And greetings to everybody outside listening, across the diaspora and everywhere.
Fantastic. Thanks for taking the time off to be with us at the Heartbeat. And I know that you are directing a number of the events to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence. And you had directed also one or two. Share with us, first of all, those that you directed that has since passed.
Okay.
And what is upcoming for you.
The only one I've directed so far was the launch, which was done in October, right? That's the only one. So I think that the others that have passed were Up From Here and those other productions. And I didn't do any, I had nothing to do with those things, with those productions, but they were still very successful.
Absolutely.
From what I gathered, it was great,
Absolutely.
So my main task right now, and it's exhausting, that's why I'm wearing a mask, because I'm not sick or anything, but I've been working with 1,000 people nearly every day, I'm doing the opening, the 7th, the Independence Day itself,
right?
Which is going to be really a magical day. It starts off, it's the military parade, and I'm begging people to come early because it's the 50th anniversary and tons of people are coming to Grenada. It's a moment in history that people do not want to miss.
Right.
So it starts off I think 11 o'clock in the morning. There's an exhibition happening within the stadium underneath that. Right. And the actual parade itself starts at 2 o'clock from Melville Street, but it takes them about 20 minutes. So they'll march into the stadium, and the moment they get into the stadium, which is exactly, the police, they are precision. And they'll get into the stadium at 2:30 in the afternoon, and then everything starts. And the PM comes, the GG, stuff like that.
Before we go further into the programming, kind of give us a visual perspective as to what happens on Melville Street with the police, for those who want to witness on Melville Street this activity.
Well, that's a gathering of the whole parade, of all the visiting military, from the scouts to the guides to the St. John Ambulance to the Sea Scouts to the Coast Guard. Everybody will be gathered with the police band from that moment, from around 2 o'clock. And normally it's a lovely parade. And then the march, they start and they march into the stadium. Right. So people can follow if they wish to. But most times when they get there, there might not be any seats, but it's still a lovely sight to behold, to see a marching band, and a whole parade of that quality and stature moving on the street. So it's really a wonderful experience. Again, people do not want to miss. So, and normally people walk along, with the band and stuff. So it's really a nice event. Yeah,
absolutely. Which are some of the bands band that will be joining the police band?
Well, I think that there's the police band. I think we have a visiting orchestra band, police band from St. Vincent, I think. But we have the Coast Guard, we have all the military we have in Grenada, the police, the cadets, you name it, everybody will be there performing in the parade. And of course with the leader, with all his wonderful moves and stuff. So basically it's going to be we have visited, I think we have some, I'm not sure, but I don't want to give away too much yet. Just in case, we still have 2 days, but we're supposed to have some visiting military coming in.
Right.
So it's going to be exciting. And they've been working so hard. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been practicing like 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the stadium, the police, you know, and they have so much on their hands because not only they have to deal with that, they have to deal with the whole process of independence, you know, and they've been so supportive, you know, with all the events, you know, because you're parking, you have to think of parking, you have to think of this, you have to think of that, and it is just so intricate that
Right.
it boggles the mind. And I always say to people, you know, you see the show, but you don't see the work.
Ah, yeah.
You know, you
That
say,
is
oh,
true.
everything is beautiful, but behind the scenes, the machine
Yeah.
that's happening to make these things happen, it's amazing.
Well,
you know?
it's no different than this production.
Exactly.
It takes sometimes days to put on a 1-hour show.
Exactly. You have to do your research, you have to do this, you
Absolutely.
know, people just think you come and you sit and you talk,
Oh,
but you
no,
don't.
it's a lot of research work and a lot of work in the background by several other persons.
Exactly. Yeah. And I always believe teamwork is great work.
Well, teamwork
You know?
is dream work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when people see that, you know, they always see one person or something, they always remember there's a whole team
Yeah,
behind that
behind,
person, you know.
absolutely.
That person is just directing, or whatever the case may be, you know, having the final say, etc., because his or her vision, you know. But to make that vision happen,
Yeah.
it must take a team, otherwise it cannot happen.
Absolutely. So correct indeed.
Yes.
So now you are the visionary, let's say you are the director
Right.
for the event
Right.
on Independence Day.
Right.
So when the police bands and the visiting bands and so forth arrive in the stadium, what happens?
Okay, that's when they arrive in the stadium. So they come in, and then that's when the GG comes, the commissioner of police, the prime minister, and the GG. The GG is always last
Yes.
to enter, and they come and they take their seats, and then they go through the whole process of the inspection, the dedication prayer, the raising of the flags, you know, the parade itself, you know, the performances on the field, the gun salutes, you know, they even have, I don't want to give away, the police have some little surprises, you know, that they're going to bring on the field.
Right.
And that should take 2 hours, exactly 2 hours, from 2:30 to 4:30.
Right.
Right, and we have a lot of dignitaries, you know, like we have the
yeah.
president from Ghana, you know, people like that, you know,
Yeah.
as a guest
That's
of honor.
Regional prime ministers.
Regional
yeah.
regional prime ministers, America, from all over the world, they're coming. So they will be present. So security is a high risk. You know,
Yeah.
you have to be very, you know, you have to be on the lookout.
Conscious.
One never, that's the word, conscious.
Yeah.
You know, one never knows. So after that happens, it's gonna be a 2-hour thing from 2:30 to 4:30, and then we have the prime minister would do his speech.
Right.
Right after that, and I guess the messages from a few messages, and then from that we go into the cultural performances, right, on the field. Now remember, it's at the cricket stadium.
Right.
So daylight is very important. So the timing, because the cricket stadium, we don't really have any lights as a Kareni.
As yet. Yeah.
Yes, you know, as yet. They're working on all of that now. So timing is very important
Yep.
for the sun to go down and things like that.
Right.
So then the parade starts. The cultural, I call it cultural explosion.
Right.
And I can give you a little taste of that, but
Yeah,
until I'm working
public-
with, I'm working
public
with
is anxious.
1,000 performers. And I've decided to use a lot of youth. You know, 98% of them are all young people.
That's great.
Because I believe that is the journey is one people, one journey, one future.
Absolutely.
It's very important that I think this should be an experience for young people.
Yeah.
So when in the next 40, 50 years, I can say, I was there, you know, for that 50th anniversary. I took part of it. I was part of the creation of that day, you know.
Absolutely.
So I think, and so I decided that we work with youth a lot. So what we have done, like I have a 300 choir from all different schools.
Wow.
Working with Mr. Ramdani, you know, people, you know, working. And
Yeah.
so imagine working for the past 3 months with different schools around the Caribbean, around Grenada,
Yeah.
and then putting everybody together. So they're learning at one point, another school is learning it, and then putting them together. 200 to 300 kids, you know, it's amazing. So it's a lot of work, but it's an experience, and it's a discipline for them, and you know, it's something they're going to remember for the rest of their lives.
Yep.
Then I have 175 drum corps,
Wow.
you know, of young people again. You know, I have 75 ballet dancers. I don't want to give away too much, so I'm just giving you a taste.
Yes,
a
indeed.
taste. So it won't be like before. You'll see somebody come perform and leave. I'm trying to make it a different kind of feel, and it's going to be a magical just to see 900 kids performing on the field.
Right, yeah. No, that'd be terrific indeed.
So we have that, and then we have another special surprise I can't talk about because that's going to be yes. And then after all of that now, so it will move from 4:30 from 5 o'clock after the speeches and stuff.
Right.
Just prepare to come for a day. When I say a day, because I know people have been there since 1 o'clock, so I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Everybody should be out of there by 7:30, because we all have to. At the ending, it has to be dark for the fireworks.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have to
You
sort
have to be
of.
there,
We have to be there. So after that happens, we have the entertainment on the field. We move onto the stage now. So there's a transition onto the stage, and we have a brief concert. We have Zidell Jeffries, we have Scholar, who is the monarch,
Yeah.
Independence monarch. We have Randy Isaac, we have a Jamu, and we have Hitman Inspector, and the Royal Grenadier Police Band, with incredible band, So, so when that finishes now, we move on to the stage, from the ground onto the stage, and from the stage, when that finishes, we move into the sky.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that's, I guess,
That's
we can
where the
say
excitement is.
because it happened. I mean, it's already been out. I mean, so we're gonna have like drones
Uh-huh.
flying in the sky,
Right.
and the drones there are 500 drones.
500.
Imagine operating 500 drones
Whoa.
in the sky.
You probably need a air traffic control.
But, you see, that's what I'm trying to say. There's so much detail because you have to have air traffic, you have to have this, you have to have that, and to just to control that, the security, you have to clear this, you have to clear that because of what, there's so much happening, and people got to understand it's a lot of work.
This song's magical.
Yeah, magical, yes, but but the teamwork and the energy around the independence, I must admit, I was on the Carénage. They had the Terry. They had the exhibition on 2 days ago. The energy was so wonderful. Everybody was chatting. They were laughing. They were selling this and buying. So it's really going to be a nice feel. So when you have these 500 drones in the sky, and what the drones do is that they'll be forming formations.
In formation.
Yes, you'll be seeing the shape of this, the shape of that, a face. You might see ground. So I don't want
The
to give
only
away.
way you see formations is in the United States with the Red Hornets, those aircraft.
Exactly.
And they form all letters in the sky.
So
and
that's what
they come that close to one another.
Yes.
That's the kind of
That's-
feeling and thinking we should imagine.
That's it. Exactly what you just
Wow.
said. So it's going to be quite wonderful. And I just pray to the good Lord that everything, He just puts His hands on everything and everything just runs smoothly. Because it is so technical. Because
This
you
is
have to-
precision work.
precision, because the music has to match with what's happening in the sky. What's happening in the sky has to match with the music, So everything has to flow, So if they press the music too soon, it goes, and so it's out of sync with what's in the sky, So there's a lot of.
But has all of this been practicing over the last few months?
No, you can't practice drone thing. You have to put it simulation, and you just have to trust us and trust the team. The people are doing it, but I've done it before, but it's very, very technical. So because you're not controlling one little drone as you see flying around taking pictures. You have
So it means you have several persons, each person controlling a drone.
No.
No?
That'd be 500 people on the ground.
Well, so
Like,
what?
it's all magic.
That sounds magical and true.
It's not. It's not. It's just maybe about 3 people, maybe. Yeah. whatever.
Controlling that amount,
500.
that number of drones,
Yeah,
500?
Yes.
Wow,
So
I got to see that.
It's quite amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
And the drones all have to rise and they have to warm up.
Yeah.
You can't go off before they warm up, You just can't say, let's send a drone off. No. So things have to be so, timed, And that's the magic about, I love doing it. I mean, since I'm 12, 14 years old, I'm doing this.
Wow.
Yeah, since Gary Day, since I'm 14 years.
This is
So
your thing.
for me, it's not work.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm exhausted. But when you love doing what you do, it's fun.
Absolutely.
It's fun. So from the drones now, will be from the drones turn into the most spectacular set of fireworks.
Wow.
So from the drones into the magic of the fabric. So you got to come and experience that. And I'm hoping all of this will finish by 7:30. You'll be out of there.
Yeah.
You know, something that I think the government and, you know, believes that it's 50 years. This happens once in a lifetime. I won't be here for the next 50.
once.
Exactly. And it shouldn't be about hard feelings or who do this and who, you know, I just think it should be, listen, let's get together and unite just to celebrate this incredible moment in history. Hell or high water, this is what it is. And we've been blessed to be here.
Absolutely.
A lot of people didn't wake up this morning.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a national event. This is not a party event.
No, yeah, exactly.
This is a national event of red, green, and gold.
Exactly. Yeah.
And come together as a people and celebrate really history in the making.
Yeah, exactly.
50 years.
Yeah.
You had managed and directed the 25th anniversary, the silver anniversary of independence.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
And that was amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
How do you compare silver? Now we on to gold.
Well, a lot.
Oh, of course, it's gold.
You were there for the silver because you introduced when we did in Reflections. We did the show at the Trade Center. Remember, you were the one who introduced it and opened it.
I was the chairman then.
No, you were the chair.
Silver anniversary.
That's right. That's right.
Imagine we're all here for the 50th for the gold.
You see that? So we are blessed, Terry. We are blessed,
Absolutely
you know, to be here for the gold.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like. It's another 25 years.
Well, I intend to be there for the diamond too. You know?
Yeah.
And I hope you're there.
Yeah. So, you know, it's different. It's a different energy, you know. The journey is still fun. It's still the politics, the ups and downs, the bacchanals, etc., to get to the, like when we got to the 25th, it was celebration time with that government, you know, who brought the 25th. I think it was NMP at that time. And it was a wonderful celebration. Again, because I produced, you know, with them, you know. So as you can see, it has nothing to do with politics. You're just working for Grenada.
You're serving.
Yeah, I'm serving, exactly. I'm serving. So it has nothing to do with who's in or who's out. Is what you serve and give to the people of Grenada.
Absolutely.
You know. So the 25th, this one coming up, the 50th, it's a different energy, because the energy was there for the 25th as well, but this one has just taken a leap because it's 50.
Yeah.
Even when you make 50 runs in cricket is a big thing.
Absolutely.
You know.
If you make 49, is not as recognizable as 50.
I know exactly. Yeah. So that day is going to be wonderful, and it's a really family event. And we're asking people not to bring big coolers that look like small coffins. You know, not you know, bring little. You can bring little coolers, little things, you know, to come in and, you know, little snacks and stuff. You know, but no big pot of oil dong and that kind of stuff, because there'll be people selling stuff there,
right?
You know, but I know, you know, some people would like to bring sandwiches, you know, little, you know, and no breakables, so everything in plastic.
Right.
About parking, I don't know anything about. That's the police.
Yes.
I can't give you any advice on that. But I would advise people to carpool as much as possible. Instead of everybody coming with one car or two people in a car. Get friends, say, let's all go together, you know, so we lessen the vehicles on the road. And just come dressed in colors and have fun. And it's a family event.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed or have to bar your eyes or anything like that at what's happening in front of you.
Yep, absolutely. And just to mention at this point that there will be transportation available throughout the length and breadth of Grenada,
right, yes.
mainland Grenada.
That's right.
Is.
Yeah.
And persons obviously just need to be on the main road.
Right.
And buses will be going back and forth, back and forth.
Right, yeah.
This is a time to bring out the nation.
And I think it's all free. All the buses are free.
Yeah, all the buses
Everything
are
is free. Yeah.
All the buses are free.
Yeah.
And it's a time to unite the people.
Right.
And come together, come on out, celebrate, have a great time.
Right.
And just put on the history books, I was there.
Amen. And everything is free. It's just wonderful. I think that's it's a gift to the people.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what it is.
Yeah, and I think people have to appreciate that instead of knocking it. I mean, not knocking it, but you know, but celebrating. My God, I don't have to pay $40, you know.
Yeah.
But it's part of me, you know. It's part of us. This is my, you know, this is part of me. You know, and to get it for free and just go and enjoy yourself, I think that's fantastic.
No,
you know.
It's a time in history to participate and to remember and to put on your history books.
That's right.
I was there for the 50th.
Right.
We're going to take a short break and come back in just a moment.
Good morning, Petit Martinique. Good morning, Carriacou. Good morning, Grenada. What a day to be alive. Today is the day we've all been waiting for. Today you have something to celebrate. Today we reflect and celebrate our journey, our people, our nation. Today is the day to show your national pride. Today is the day we put aside our differences and unite. Today is the day we adorn ourselves in red, in green, and in gold. Today we shine like the 7 stars on the flag. Today we salute. Today we pay tribute. Today we appreciate. Today we step out as we step into a new chapter. 50 years of progress. 50 years of achievements. Let's go, Petit Martinique and Carriacou. Let's go, Grenada. Let's go to the Golden Jubilee celebration on February 7th at the National Stadium. I'll see you there.
Welcome back to all our listeners and viewers of the NDC Heartbeat podcast. We have in studio today Mr. Ricardo Keynes Douglas, well-known figure in Grenada who spends his life creating and directing events for your enjoyment. Welcome back to Heartbeat, Ricky.
Pleasure.
We were talking a lot about the independence and your directorship during that day on Wednesday.
Right.
Now, upcoming, we have unveiling at the Trade Center, which is tomorrow at 6 o'clock, where the Prime Minister would unveil that $50 note that everyone is so excited about.
Right, yeah.
So we have that. Then we had the other event is Folk in the Town.
Right.
Tell us about that. I believe you are directing that.
Right. Folk in the Town happens on the 8th. This is the day after Independence. Independence is the 7th, the 8th is in the town. Very briefly, I had this idea of creating a magic in the town of just folk to bring back the olden days and what it used to be like in the olden days, but know how it is today. So again, I'm using a lot of young people to transition that. So it's going to be, the stage is going to be set up on the Esplanade. So if it's on top of Market Hill and you look straight down Granby Street, onto the Esplanade where Republic Bank is, you'll see the stage. So all the pedestrians will be, all the audience will be in the street, and it's only going to be pedestrians, no cars and stuff. So it's going to be a magical night. So it's going to be storytelling, folk songs, guitar, quattro, poetry, ballet dancing, Indian dancing, Shango. It's just going to be like if you're in a village. It's not a big set of just like, I just want everybody to come and line, dress up in your folk outfit, like if you're outside in your yard, and that. But even me, I might tell Lajables story. So going to be a lot of Lajables story and stuff. So it's going to be that kind of thing, family oriented again, and it's going to start at 7:30 and it goes until 10:30, the latest quarter to 11. So it's that kind of. So we'll have gospel, everything, old Sparrow music. So that kind. Then we have the young people doing all the poetry, the violinists, and bringing all of that kind of stuff in. And then there's another magical thing happening again that night. I can't tell you. All I'm going to say is at one point I would just say, look up Market Hill. And that's where the magic will happen.
That's where the magic will
I
happen.
just given you a little hint.
No, you got to be there to see the magic.
You have to be there to see the magic. So I'm just trying to create something that's different. I like to think out of the box. I I hate to copy. I like to just think what people wouldn't think about. That's that kind of stuff. And I kind of do the shows, in my little way. The way I do it. Yeah. And then after that we have Pan 50, and I'm working with Chrissy Lashington on that one. And again, she's a young producer, young person, young director. Right. So there comes a time when you have to pass things on.
Of course.
So they shadow you and they work, and I believe because after a while I can't die with what I have, my knowledge,
So pass it on.
And whenever you find somebody, like Chrissy, and there's Aquinas and people like that, young people who want to do it, because a lot of people want to do it, but when they see the work, they disappear.
Yeah, that's true.
So Pan 50, we guided Chrissy, is going to be Pan on the carronage, nothing else but Pan.
Yeah, that's Pan 50.
Pan 50 on the carronage, and that's on the 10th.
Yeah.
So we have 7 bands. at 5 different stages on the carriage, from near the police station coming right around to Otways, right? And there'll be food fest, and every band will be playing at different intervals, but at every one time there'll be 3 bands playing. So all you're hearing is a celebration of Pan. So there'll be no DJs, nothing.
When you have 3 bands playing, is the same music or different?
No,
music?
different music. They're playing music of their choice,
Yes.
right? And there
Okay.
are 5
Very
different
interesting.
stages. And in the end, there'll be a time when they all start the same tune.
Music,
I
yeah.
think we're trying to get them to do the theme,
Uh-huh.
to everybody. So you're hearing the whole theme right around the carriage, So it's a nice event, and it's pedestrian where you can walk and chat and listen to pan music. It's like a pan crawl
Yeah.
where you go from, pan house to pan house,
Which is reminiscent of Carnival in the past.
Exactly, and that is what it's about. You cannot change that. It's part of you. It's a culture. It's a tradition. You can't put pan on, on top of a pot. You know what I mean? It has to
Yeah.
be authentic. You have to feel it. And the experience of a child, and you're bringing them and say, "This is what pan is. It's right next to you. You can touch the pan. You can touch the person who's playing the pan. So that's an experience they will have again. And again, it's family oriented. So I'm trying to bring the kids out, dress in your folk outfit, just celebrate and have a good time. So that's Pan 50.
Well, this is great. Yeah, I mean, not just for local Grenadians, but all the visitors who are coming in.
Exactly.
This will be a mind-blowing experience.
Exactly.
For them.
Plus, there'll be food. It's a food fest, so
Yeah.
all kinds of incredible cuisine of Grenada, and there'll be arts and crafts and things like that. So there's all of that. Also, on the folk, just quickly. Senator Claudette, she's Joseph. She'll be launching the art. She's been beautifying the town. So there's a mural coming from the tunnel.
Uh-huh.
Right. So she'll be launching that around 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Right on St. George's, and that's on the 8th. So
okay.
it's just launching it because it's beautiful. It's all the murals around the town. Claudia's been responsible for beautifying the town.
I must extend congratulations to all the Grenadians who have been assisting
Oh,
throughout the length and breadth of
honestly.
Grenada, Carriacou, Pity Martin,
Yeah.
helping with painting and
Yeah.
cleaning. It's just
I'm
a
work-
great
yeah.
experience.
I'm working with Sylvan Chan, who's been really, helpful, my stage manager and the whole team.
Yeah.
I just, the office, the chairperson, Dr. Wendy Crawford has been amazing, Gail Purcell, all the people in the office, Morella. I mean, there's so many that I talk because I'm just talking on behalf of everybody. I can't mention everybody, So it's a real team effort, and I'm really, really grateful to everybody.
Fantastic indeed. Well, then we have Journey to Go.
Oh, yes, quickly.
What is that one?
But Journey to Gold is a continuation of the 25th anniversary reflections.
Uh-huh.
So I've added, when we did reflections 25 years ago, that was a play about that 25 years.
Yep.
So I've added the next 25 years,
Uh-huh.
from Gary through Keith to all the thing up to Deacon.
Right.
Up to Deacon. So it's 50 years
In one show.
told in 2.5 hours,
Yep.
through comedy, song, and dance.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and you're in it. So it's part of history.
Part of history. Oh, boy.
So that happens on the 2nd and 3rd of March. 2nd and 3rd of March. That's when it is at the Trade Center.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So that's going to be another fun event, and
Oh, yeah.
tickets go on sale. Really soon. So it's going to be limited seating. So really,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a sellout
Yeah,
event.
yeah, it's going to be great. And it's fun. You come in to have, just like how we did the 25th, there's a lot of heckling and teasing with the
Yeah.
politicians and this, So so it's going to be fun. So just make sure, and tickets go on still next week, so go get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the whole energy around the independence has just been so wonderful. As I was saying, you go, everybody, there's a buzz. People are. I have not met any negativity, to be serious. Honestly, people have been chatting with me, and they always say, "Hey, thumbs up," and that kind of stuff, which is a good feeling.
Well, I tell you, locally, regionally, and internationally, there is a kind of new vibe
Right. Yes.
in Grenada.
Yeah. Yeah.
As though the mindset of the people has been transformed almost overnight into this nationalistic
Yes. Yeah.
feeling
Yes. Yes.
and
Yes.
flavor.
Yeah.
That it's really a great feeling to be in Grenada
Right.
at this point in time.
Right.
The love,
Yes.
the energy,
Yes.
the togetherness,
Yeah.
the willingness of people to just contribute and participate
Right, yeah.
is really, really outstanding.
And
It's-
I agree, and the support. I mean,
It's a new vibe.
Yeah, and I was walking along the Court Highway and all, with 5 guys, drinking, and they sit down, they're having a good time. And hey, Mr. Katie, yeah, boy, I enjoyed it, and that kind of, not about me, just in the whole feeling,
course, yeah.
And I felt good because they didn't have to say it.
No,
they didn't have
precisely.
to, they could just continue drinking, that kind of stuff. But they did, and that is what was wonderful about it.
It's an expression
Yes.
of this great heartfelt feeling.
Right.
Of one, celebrating 50,
Right.
and 2, the peace and tranquility and love and the energy that exists in society today.
Right.
It's really, really mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. And my thanks and appreciation to people like yourself, the chairman, Dr. Wendy Crawford, the secretariat led by Gail Purcell and her team, and you have Orlando Romaine and several others in the background, too many to mention.
Now, London and I work we work very well, but he keeps Alana kept calling me the elder. I say, Orlando.
You don't know that you are young youth.
Yeah, but it's really a nice feel.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, it was great having you on the set today, Ricky, and let's do it again.
Yes, my first
after
time.
Independence, so we do a recap.
Okay, that'd be wonderful, yeah.
A recap.
Yeah, just
as to how things went and what probably could have been done better,
Right,
etc.,
right.
etc.
Yeah.
So thank you so very much for being part of the Heartbeat today. And folks, we'll be back in a moment. Mrs. Gail Purcell will be joining us to chat a little bit more as to what's happening during Independence and, of course, after, because there's going to be lots of activities going throughout the year in the various parishes.
Right.
So thank you again for being part of the Heartbeat.
My pleasure.
We'll be back with you in just a moment.
Yeah, thank you.
Good morning, Petit Martinique. Good morning, Carriacou. Good morning, Grenada. What a day to be alive. Today is the day we've all been waiting for. Today you have something to celebrate. Today we reflect and celebrate our journey, our people, our nation. Today is the day to show your national pride. Today is the day we put aside our differences and unite. Today is the day we adorn ourselves in red, in green, and in gold. Today we shine like the 7 stars on the flag. Today we salute. Today we pay tribute. Today we appreciate. Today we step out as we step into a new chapter. 50 years of progress. 50 years of achievements. Let's go, Petit Martinique and Carriacou. Let's go, Grenada. Let's go to the Golden Jubilee celebration on February 7th at the National Stadium. I'll see you there.
Welcome back to all our listeners and viewers of the NDC Heartbeat podcast. Well, we have in studio with us now Mrs. Gail Purcell. She is the manager, chief cook, and bottle washer at the Secretariat. And you know what goes on in a secretariat like that. It's almost, I think it's called the war room.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, the war room.
I think I named it that early in the game and I didn't realize what I was saying when I said it.
Yeah. This is like running an election on election day.
It's
war
indeed,
room, all kind of thing going down.
It's indeed a very, it's real. The experience is real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How has it been over the last, year or so?
Well, no, not quite. We've
not
done
quite.
we've done a lot in a short period of
not
time.
Quite. Coming to think of it.
Yeah, we launched on the 1st of November.
Yeah. But it feels so much longer.
Yes, it's a Herculean, a big task. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
It is a big task, but I'm really thrilled to have been part of it, and thrilled. I was listening to Ricardo on the way down, and he highlighted that you see the faces in the front, but you don't always see the team that's going out behind you. So the team that's working to make this happen, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a lot of people that are really coming together to make it happen. And you can't really thank everybody by calling their name, but I just want to say before the rest of it happens, to say thank you to the people in the background that are really working night and day to make this experience something that is going to be unforgettable for everyone.
Absolutely, so indeed. I know how these things work.
Yeah.
So at least I could say that I was with the 25th.
Yeah, I
you
know.
can then say you were with the 50th.
That's right.
And I hope we all here for the 75th.
Yes. Yeah.
Look forward to that.
That's right. We'll take it in
Absolutely.
increments.
Yes. Now, after the big day on Wednesday, Independence Day, what happens? Ricky had mentioned some of these.
Yeah, he mentioned some of
activities.
the events. I'd kind of want to focus on some of what's going to be required for people to know to get to the 7th on the day, because of course it's going to require some adjustments in traffic and some pre-preparation for people as they prepare with their families or friends to come down to the stadium. First and foremost, I'm encouraging people to carpool as much as is possible. We're going to be seeing large numbers coming to the stadium. We know what that does for traffic. There will be limited parking at the stadium itself for a few reasons. There will be parking available in the athletic stadium side, on that side, and some will be available on the field that we're accustomed to with Wesley College Field there.
Right.
Very limited VIP, what we call VIP parking. As you would have insinuated earlier, we do have a number of regional and international heads of government attending. Security is going to be very tight, and as a result, we have established some external parking, so that shuttles can help bring people in
All right.
too. So we have parking in Grand Mall for those people coming down on the West Coast.
Right.
We have parking in Tantine and Old Trafford Field as well, and at Ariza Car Park, NIS Car Park, and the bus terminal just above the bus terminal.
Right.
So we have a number of parking facilities. So in addition to that, though, we're just encouraging people when they're coming, just try your best to carpool. Limit the cars. We don't. If it's you alone, add somebody to it who's
Bring your
going.
neighbor and friends.
Bring your neighbor and friends. If you drive, they may drive to their house and you all leave from one location, just to make it easier. But I think to minimize any challenges and to make the flow in and out easier, we really are encouraging people to make use of the park and ride areas and to carpool.
All right. So these park and ride areas, you're going to have buses, maybe the yellow and the red trains taking people to the stadium.
We'll have buses taking people to the stadium.
Right,
Yeah, so
right.
there'll be shuttles available at those locations.
To
and leave
and back.
yes, and leave out early. Give yourself enough time.
Mm-hmm.
I know we have a habit that we think everything is only 20 minutes away in Grenada.
Yeah.
It's not when everybody's trying to get to the same location at the same time.
So you don't.
So give yourself ample time to get in and make the process as seamless as possible.
Fantastic. Now, folks coming out of deep St. Andrew, St. Patrick, the buses
Yes.
moving back and forth, people should just find themselves on the main streets.
Yes, there are buses that are going to be available coming out of the various outer parishes. So people are accustomed to bus availability, particularly for Independence and other national events. So if they put themselves out, they will definitely get a bus to come down to the stadium that day.
Okay, so you say the buses will be moving at around what time?
They should start moving from 11, to start moving down, and possibly earlier for some of the outer ones. But listen out for the notifications this week. We'll be doing a lot of sharing in terms of where buses, what buses, and generally speaking, the familiar buses that have been used in the past will be used again as well. So, if you're accustomed taking the buses from your particular area to come down for national events, you kind of know the routine.
Right.
Yeah.
Or even coming to work.
Or even coming to work. So it will definitely, we do have transportation available across the island for people to come in. We also, Caracou, those interested in coming down on the Osprey on that day, the Osprey, but of course the Osprey is limited capacity. We can't take everybody. I think if you check the Facebook page now, there should be a portal there that you can register to get on the Osprey. It would be a first come, first served basis, so please do it early. And the shuttle, the boat should be leaving Caracou, I think, at 11.
Right.
and coming down to Grenada, and then they'll be going back up about 9 because we want them to be here.
Right.
Of course, for all the glory that Ricardo shared, all of the sky displays that we're looking forward
Sounds
to.
exciting.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm really excited. I mean, I've seen the simulations, and if the simulations are that exciting, I can just imagine when it's real.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can just imagine that there are a lot of butterflies going in your stomach,
Absolutely.
Ricardo, Wendy Crawford, and all the entire team.
Absolutely.
Just waiting for the day to come to be properly executed and
And
so-
breathe. And maybe a little sleep.
yes, I have relief. Yes, and some sleep.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, but it's been fantastic. I think the events have been really well attended. The energy, and I heard you all speaking about the energy. The energy is just out of the world. Really,
Yeah.
people are just happy.
Yeah.
You know, and I it's jubilation, and I think that's what you want for it. It's a jubilee celebration, right? So
Absolutely.
people they're really exemplifying that and having to. We have a lot of people who are back home, Grenadians living in diaspora, who are here. And last night at the Governor General's Gala, certainly was a lovely, lovely event.
Yeah.
And I think everybody really enjoyed themselves. It was.
Over 500 people.
That's right.
This is
You know,
amazing.
everyone was so well dressed and having a great time. They danced the night away. You know, so I think everybody's really enjoying themselves, and that's what it's about.
Now, Grenada seems to have a new frequency now, a new vibe,
Yeah.
new energy,
Yeah, yeah,
new knowing where you're going,
yeah,
you
yeah.
knowing where you came from, and the way forward. It is really, really outstanding indeed. And,
Yeah.
it's like I get the feel like a new mindset is in the process of being created within the minds of Grenadians.
Well, what I've loved to see.
Standards are being developed.
What I've loved to see over the last few weeks is how the momentum has grown, particularly in the communities. Last weekend we had the flag relay, and it took us around the island,
Right.
from St. Patrick right to St. Andrew. So I drove through the entire island in that day, and it felt like every village I was passing through, there was some sort of community activity going on. They were painting, they were planting trees, they were cleaning out bushes. So it's just that it's contagious,
Yep.
and it's really sparked. It's not just, I mean, of course, I live in St. George, so that's what I see most often. But when I went out into the outer parishes, was able to see that it's not just happening in town, it's happening everywhere. And the spirit is really moving through people. I think that's what's encouraging, and that means that it's getting to where it needs to get to, because it's an entire nation we're celebrating together.
Absolutely, and this is an opportunity to extend thanks and appreciation to all those out there who are helping cleaning up, even this morning.
Yes.
Driving
Yes.
in,
Yeah.
folks clearing the sides of the road.
Granite
putting
Road still
fences,
painting. Yeah.
And, areas where you never thought that paint would exist, that paint would be placed on this wall.
Yes.
You see it happening.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
I like the black and white, which gives a sort of international flavor to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
and it
know?
makes it reflective for the evenings, for the night travel.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Make it easier
Yeah.
on the eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic. Now, this is going to be one full year of celebration.
Mm-hmm.
So, after Independence Day and the other events immediately
Mm-hmm.
thereafter, what happens in the constituencies?
Well, it continues. Carriacou, January was Carriacou's month, so Carriacou was full of activity from the beginning of the year right up. They climaxed last week with their rally and military parade and so forth, both on Petit Martinique and Carriacou. Normally it's only on Carriacou. So they have climaxed. They have a few other events that will take place later in the year. February is pretty much national events with a sprinkling. I must say, I send out some encouragement to people to participate in the St. Mark's Rise to Independence event, which is taking place on the morning of Independence, 4:30 a.m. It's a cultural, kind of like what Ricky was describing in the Folk in the Town, but it's veku, it's drumming, it's lighting of flambeau, and a Saraka style event, and that is how they're rising to independence. So St. Mark, being deeply rooted in a lot of cultural heritage as it is, is able to pull that event together, and they are hosting that on the morning of Independence. So you rise at 4:30, you take part in, it's about 2 hours or so, 2-3 hours. You go take a rest, and then get ready to come down in the park
So
for the afternoon.
that is more or less kind of created for folks in St. Mark
Yes.
and on the
St. Patrick if you're up in
St.
that area.
Patrick area.
And if you're, if you're so inclined and you're from St. George and you think you have the stamina, yes, make the
of
journey
energy.
and go up and take it
Get
in,
moving
because
up.
it will be something to behold.
Yeah.
Definitely something to behold. So that's happening as part of that. Also want to share that the St. Andrew Committee is having their extravaganza on the 6th of February as well, which will have some cultural presentations and others during the evening time of the 6th. And they will end theirs off with their version of a Rise to Independence at the tail end.
Right.
And as we come out of the major national events, we will roll into St. Patrick's events, which will be hosting. They have their calendar of events that will roll out. And each parish then will continue.
Right.
So we'll have maybe not as many national events, but more parish-centered events to get deeper into the communities. And that's the opportunity for parishes to kind of show their uniqueness and demonstrate their own, and we expect to have some sporting events as well. Our parish sports event, which will be all the parishes coming together. That will still happen. We also have the National Sports Awards, which is coordinated and led by the Grenada Olympic Committee, but we will be providing some assistance to stage that. They're staging a commemorative or a 50th anniversary edition of the Sports Awards, and that will be in March.
Yeah.
So there are a few things to look forward to. Continuing the public education series.
Right.
We've had a number of public forums, and that is expected to continue. We have one particularly planned for in Sotez, later part of February. I think it's around the 18th or 19th, so we'll share some more details about that.
Yeah.
The market is a little noisy now. There's a lot of things going on to talk about for things that are happening immediately, so we don't want other things to get lost by sharing it too early.
Yeah.
So, but you can look out for the details on the events to come.
Yeah, fantastic. And then with all of this happening now, I see that Carnival is ready to go, ready to roll.
Well, yes, and we expect that it will be a 50th anniversary edition of Carnival, right?
Yeah,
so it just continues the celebrations.
Yeah, I mean, Grenada is almost sitting on a hotbed of cold.
We're a hotbed right now. Hot.
A lot of action, a lot of activity,
a lot of
excitement.
And reason to continue to keep coming to Grenada.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's
absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, I see Canada has given a confirmation that they intend to continue the flight right through the rest of the year.
And that is fantastic. That is,
I mean,
because I know the flights are coming down full.
All the flights are
All
full.
the flights for this period in particular are coming down full.
I mean, generally people would say, you know what, January's a tough month.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying tough. I didn't know things were great. We getting our salary every mid-month. Things are nice.
Yeah. So,
And this has been a bumper February so far.
Yeah.
January into February for the hotels.
Yes,
the
absolutely.
Restaurants, the vendors.
Tour up
drivers,
taxis, car rental companies. You can't get a
Well,
rental.
you can't even get a car to rent.
Can't get
And
a
there are
rental
so
right now.
many rental car companies on Grenada, privately owned.
Yes. So
No, this
right now
is-
it's tough to get a rental. It's tough to get a place to stay.
Yeah, this is
So if
terrific.
you're not here, of
Yeah.
course we're carrying everything live, so you can watch it. But it's nothing beats being on home soil for this
No,
occasion.
this is a good problem to have
it's
in
an excellent,
Grenada right
excellent
now.
problem to have.
Yeah, it's a great problem. And I mean, the farmers, the fishermen, they're having a great time selling their produce. Matter of fact, more is required at this time because lots of visitors, especially from the diaspora.
Yeah.
Everybody wants oil down.
Yes. I hope we have enough breadfruit.
Well, thank
For
God there's
Tuesday.
still some breadfruit on the trees.
I hope. I keep hoping that for Tuesday there's enough. For Colors Day, that that's what it is. It's breadfruit. So, but it's been great, and we're just looking forward to Wednesday being fulfilling all of what people's expectations are. And it's a lot, it's a lot of planning, a lot of coordination. Minor details.
Well, Ricky gave us some snippets.
Yes.
I want to hear your snippets now for Independence Day.
Well, I mean, Ricardo is the theatrical person, so he does the description the absolute best. I was listening to him on the way down, and I'm part of it, and I feel like, wow, I want to be there. He just really knows how to capture it and give you that dreamy experience, and it's true, because when I think about it, 1,000 performers to coordinate and move through and bring them on, it's quite a production that I'm sure we have not seen before.
No, what I'm blown away with is the fact of 500 drones in the air,
I know.
controlled by 3 or 4 persons. I believe you need air traffic control right there in the National Stadium.
I'm so looking forward to that drone show. I've not personally experienced one for myself.
I've never seen this before.
So I'm looking forward to seeing it, and the images that have been created to be part of it, and it's a choreographed, so it's not just drones flying all over the place. It's a choreographed whole entertainment package with music and images, and
can be a product which Grenada can export regionally and internationally. You want a drone show with 500 drones? Okay, give us a contract. We're coming.
Yeah.
This is how I see it.
It's been working along with the production team that does the drone show. It's been a learning experience, and I'm really looking forward to just seeing it now roll out.
Yeah.
Taking it from simulation to reality.
Well, I have a picture in my mind as to what that would be, but the real thing is something
I think
else.
you just have to be there and you have to see it. But I'm looking forward to, because I like I said, I've not personally experienced one for myself. Of course, we've seen fireworks, but even the fireworks, it's not our regular run-of-the-mill, fireworks that we would get. It is a choreographed show, and it has its highs, its lows, its peaks, its excitement, its drama. It's all set to music, so it's something to behold. You're going to look forward to it.
Absolutely, so indeed.
Yeah.
And, I can just picture Independence Day, all the colors.
Yes.
And what I've noticed at the stadium, even during cricket events, you hear applause, and as though it goes round and round. It resonates around.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting thing, almost kind of a choreograph.
Yeah.
Is that a natural thing?
I don't know.
I should have asked Ricky that one.
Yeah, I think so. It's contagious, I guess. Like the community spirit. It just, once you hear it start, you just join in, and they go.
And so it keeps going as though it's really choreographed.
Yeah. But we want people to come out in their colors on Independence Day. Brighten up the stadium, wear all of our colors and show your patriotic spirit. Bring your flags, wave your flags, do what you need to do. And don't forget, we have our Made in Grenada Expo as part of the 7th as well.
Right.
So we will have a lot of our artisans and craft vendors and all kinds of vendors there. The expo on Friday on the Carnage was really good. The vendors were really pleased. They did very well. It was well patronized, and we expect the same on Independence Day for it. So if you didn't get a chance to come down on Friday, you have a second chance.
Right. So,
and a lot of variety of stuff.
That will start at around what
Starts
time?
at 11, actually.
At 11.
So you can come by, do all your stuff, and, have your stuff ready for there, and you don't have to miss any of the event while it's happening.
Right.
And even in between, you can poke downstairs and, take a little break from what's happening on the field and come in and buy something. We'll have lots of food on sale, lots of drinks. So you don't have to drogue anything with you that day. Come free-handed, because you'll go back heavy with all that you bought from the expo, and you will be satisfied with food that's available for sale on that day.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So there's lots to do.
And the Secretariat continues for the entire year, or you scale down?
Well, we may not right after Independence. We still have a lot of things to roll out. So we will play it by ear in terms of at what period we fully start to scale down. We do have shirts on sale, similar to what I'm wearing, available at the Secretariat and also at Ramdani's in Grenville right now, and on the airport for people coming in.
Right.
So you can, and after Independence, we will probably spread them out a little bit more so people can get them in different places.
And
So
those go at what price?
the round neck ones, it's dry fit. They are $55, and the polo collars, $65. And we have other merchandise at the office, at the Secretariat. We have mugs, we have wine glasses, we have bags, we have caps, visors, what else? Laptop sleeves. So a few things.
So folks will be able to get these items on Independence Day
Yes.
in the expo.
Yes, they will be
Right.
available at the expo
All right,
as
so
well.
if they miss
And the stock
Secretariat-
is going fast. I have to
can
tell
well- I
people,
can well imagine.
the sizes are going. So there are a few sizes that we actually sold out of already. We expect a replenishment. However, all for now, we're encouraging people to come on, get your jersey, your shirt if you haven't bought one yet, because it's a souvenir item.
Memorabilia.
It's a memorabilia, it's something
Yeah.
you're going to want to keep and put away and have it there and say you were there at the 50th.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Folks are asking about the pins.
Oh.
Tell us about the pins. Everybody
The
wants
pins.
a pin. The pins.
Terry, if I'm honest with you, because I was, of course, involved in procuring the pins, and I had no idea that this pin would have created this stir.
It's in great demand.
It is in great demand. I mean, our intention, of course, is to provide a pin to each citizen, and we continue to do that. They are in short supply right now. We are expecting a second supply. So if you have not had yours yet, don't fear, you will have an opportunity to get your pin. So sometime soon. I don't want to commit to the
Right.
date because I know when it's supposed to come, but I know if I say it
I know.
on day one of the day I said it was going to come, everybody will be bombarded.
Oh, she said
But I
that
said. So just have faith that a second supply is on its way. It's closer than you
So
think.
there's a possibility that if they didn't get it at a particular time, certainly when they're leaving Grenada, they'll
Absolutely.
get one when they're leaving.
I can absolutely say that
Great.
when they're leaving Grenada, they will have one if those who are visiting in particular.
Absolutely.
So we do have a second supply coming, but I also urge the public to take one pin.
Yeah. No.
One pin. It's one pin for everyone. It's an honor system we're distributing them on. Don't have 4 and 5 at home just
Yeah,
because
just
you
sitting
want to have
there,
4 and
yeah.
5. It's for everybody. We want everybody to share in it. It has brought out a real sense of pride, and I look at our young people. Everybody stands up outside of our office to wait for the bus.
Yeah.
So I see all the students, and I'm always peeking to see, do they have their pin on? And they're wearing it. They're remembering to take it off their shirt from the day before and put it
Yeah.
on their new shirt the next day. So it really, and the people who've come into our office and asking for a pin, it's because they want to be part of
Yeah.
what this means. So
Absolutely.
it really it's very meaningful to everybody. So we
Absolutely.
want to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to have a pin.
Well, let me stick a pin right now and to say to our listeners on radio, WeFM, Vibes FM, Spice Capital Radio, Talk Grenada, thank you so much for being part of the Heartbeat today. It's now 1 o'clock,
Wow.
and those stations will be
Yes.
moving over to other programming. So if you wish to continue listening to this dialogue, please join us on the NDC Facebook platform. We'll be on for another 2 or 3 minutes.
Yes.
But thank you for being part of the Heartbeat today on radio. And join us again next Sunday. We do it all over again. So, we were chatting about the great pins as we stuck a pin a while ago.
Yeah.
So glad to know that you have a new shipment coming in very
Yes,
soon. And
yes.
those who didn't get, even when you're leaving, then it's likely that you will have it at the airport on departure as a nice departure gift.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes. So that's the intent.
I know there are lots of Grenadians coming in. Even today, I know of a group of 16 coming in from Montreal on Air Canada. Air Canada is very happy. All their flights are filled
Very
out
filled.
of Toronto.
My children came in on Friday.
Wow. So
Yeah.
JetBlue is coming in, Ramcram, American is coming in, Ramcram, Virgin, British Airways. They are smiling.
Yeah.
This is a good time for negotiators to say, hey, we need some cheaper flights.
Absolutely.
We're giving you great business. Reduce the flight. Reduce the cost. Increase the flights.
But this is the kind of problem we want to have. So,
Yeah.
you know, when we oversubscribe for something.
Yeah.
But I want to take the opportunity to speak about the unveiling tomorrow and encourage those who may want the opportunity to be there in person.
Right.
We have limited space, obviously, but you can register to be in person. It's a first come, first served basis. So
Right.
once your registration, if you go onto our website, there is a pop-up form, and you just have to register your name and
Just
address
share
and
with
so
us the
forth.
website
That's
again.
grenadaturns50.gd.
Okay.
And as soon as you go onto the website, the form pops up. And that will give you an opportunity to register to be there in person. We can't accommodate everybody, but it's certainly once you get a registration, it confirms your attendance, then you're already
Right.
you're
And
already there.
For those who are not tech savvy, they call your office,
They can call our office, and someone can assist them with the registration.
and that number that they should call
438 5050.
53850.
438
438
5050.
Very
50
easy to
50,
remember.
very easy.
438
50 50. 50 50. So register for that. It's one part of it is the unveiling of the commemorative note, and you spoke about it earlier. And the second part is the Prime Minister will deliver his vision for the next 25 years, beyond 50.
This is very exciting.
Yeah,
For
so
a new
it's-
Prime Minister who is not yet 50, celebrating 50. But I see the age creeping in on him with all
it
the
must.
responsibilities and the stresses of life
Of
and
course.
leadership, etc.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Obama. Obama got into office with all black hair. Within the first term, Obama turned gray.
Yeah, but I must publicly say I do admire the stamina and his commitment to
Oh, absolutely.
to the responsibility, the huge responsibility that has been undertaken. Because, you know, in doing this for the past few months, I wake up and I'm like, I'm really tired.
And
And
it
then
drains you.
It drains you. And
Yeah.
then I see the Prime Minister in Petit Martinique celebrating independence with them, and then in the evening I see him at the art exhibition
Yeah,
there
he's-
and present. And I said, you know what? Shake it off, Gail.
Yeah. No, he has a
Yeah,
lot of
shake it
energy,
off. You can keep going. You got to keep going. So it's
Yeah.
definitely inspirational.
and that energy is contagious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone around him has to kind of feel the same way.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
your energy up and going.
Got to get it done.
We
got to get it done.
We got a job to do.
We have a job to do, so we got to get it done.
Yeah,
so
that's terrific
yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
Well, I think we have come to the close of the program. Let
Mm-hmm.
me invite you for your closing remarks.
Right. So we just really want to encourage everybody to come on down on the 7th. It's a full day, but it's going to be a day full of new experiences and a lot to behold. I think nobody will be disappointed. There'll be something for everyone in the day. It is a long day, so plan for it, prepare, dress comfortably, come in your colors, you know, come to show up and show out for Grenada on that day. The events start from 11 o'clock with the expo, and there will be shuttle buses available from the various parking places. So we have Grand Mall Playing Field, we have the Ariza Car Park and Tantine Old Trafford. So a number of places where you can park. There will be limited parking on the compound, so try and carpool, and first stop, take in some of the external parking places that are available, just to ease the congestion and make it easier for your own self in terms of getting there. You don't want to be stuck in traffic and things are happening in the stadium,
Exactly.
because it can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember one show, and I live in the northeast Lamode area, and it took me over an hour to get from there to the stadium on more than one occasion. So it means that if there are a lot of cars on the road, we can get very congested. So
Exactly.
make it your duty to try and carpool and get there early so things can happen
Wonderful.
on time. And we'll see you, everybody, tomorrow at the unveiling
Yep.
at the Grenada Trade Center. and register online to be there live and in person to see the unveiling and hear the Prime Minister deliver his message for beyond this 50-year celebration.
Great. The vision for the next 25.
Yes.
Well, very exciting times to be alive today in Grenada.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And a blessing. I heard Ricardo say that earlier, and it is indeed a blessing that we are here.
Well, we were
to this
reminiscent
point.
of the fact that
I heard that.
You were ever 25.
And you were ever 25.
And now we're here for 50.
And what a privilege it is.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an absolute
and I'm guaranteeing
privilege.
being here for the next 25, which would be the Diamond Celebration.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
we're looking forward to that.
Them laughing at me.
Maybe the guarantee part, right?
Absolutely.
But you have to think positive, right?
Well, that's what it is.
You have to speak it into existence.
Speak it into existence. Absolutely.
That's right.
So indeed.
So thanks.
Sound is all about manifestation.
That's right.
So if you speak it, manifest it.
That's right.
Thank you for being part of the Heartbeat today.
Thanks
it was
for
great
having
having
me.
you.
Yeah.
And come back again after all the activities to let's evaluate
Yes.
and give thanks and praise
Absolutely.
to the events upcoming. Thank you for being part of the Heartbeat, and thank you all for sharing your Sunday afternoon with the Heartbeat. And we want to thank Ricardo Keynes-Douglas for being on the program earlier on. As you know, he's a well-known figure in Grenada. He's a director, he's a writer, and he is part of the entire event for directing the show on Independence Day. Of course, behind him will be people like Mrs. Gail Purcell, Dr. Wendy Crawford, and the entire team saying to Ricky, get it right, especially with the drones. We're looking forward to seeing all of you all at the stadium on Wednesday. Come and be part of the entire activity and plan to spend from 11 o'clock, where you can have a second opportunity to witness all the great productions and produce of Grenada. Come and be part of that, and of course you'll continue on to enjoy the events for Independence Day, the parade and all the other great cultural activities that will take place. See you again. Have a great Sunday afternoon. Goodbye from the Heartbeat team. See you next Sunday. Goodbye.
Good morning, Petit Martinique. Good morning, Carriacou. Good morning, Grenada. What a day to be alive. Today is the day we've all been waiting for. Today you have something to celebrate. Today we reflect and celebrate our journey, our people, our nation. Today is the day to show your national pride. Today is the day we put aside our differences and unite. Today is the day we adorn ourselves in red, in green, and in gold. Today we shine like the 7 stars on the flag. Today we salute. Today we pay tribute. Today we appreciate. Today we step out as we step into a new chapter. 50 years of progress. 50 years of achievements. Let's go, Petit Martinique and Carriacou. Let's go, Grenada. Let's go to the Golden Jubilee celebration on February 7th at the National Stadium. I'll see you there.